Have you ever wondered why some women leave a lasting mark on a man's heart, even if they only cross paths for a short moment, while others seem to vanish from his memory like they were never even there? It's not about looks, curves, or how many followers she has. There's something deeper, something he can't explain, but feels the moment she walks into the room. There's a certain energy about her, a quiet confidence that needs no validation. She doesn't chase attention, yet somehow, every eye is drawn to her presence without effort. When she speaks, it's not just the words he hears, but the intention and depth behind them that linger long after. And even after she's gone, her essence remains like a haunting melody replaying in his soul, refusing to be forgotten. But what is it exactly that creates this invisible bond, this unshakable imprint on his heart? Why do some women have the power to change a man forever, while others leave no trace at all? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll discover the hidden truths behind this mysterious connection, truths that could change the way you see love forever. Let me help you understand what I mean by sharing a story about a close friend of mine, something that really opened my eyes to this mysterious connection between a man and a woman. He met her at a small coffee shop on a rainy afternoon. She wasn't strikingly beautiful by conventional standards, but there was something about her that stopped him in his tracks. They talked for less than an hour, yet that brief encounter stayed with him for months. He found himself replaying every detail: her laugh, the way her eyes sparkled when she spoke, even the way she listened so intently. What's strange is, she disappeared from his life after that day. No calls, no messages, just a single moment that seemed insignificant to everyone else but haunted him like a shadow he couldn't shake. Why did that happen? Why did a fleeting meeting with a stranger leave such a deep mark? If you've ever experienced something like this, or wondered why some connections linger while others fade, keep watching, because this story holds the key to understanding a truth about love that most people never realize. I had a close friend named Maya. She wasn't the loudest person in the room. She didn't dress to impress or chase attention. But wherever she went, men noticed her. Not because she was flashy, but because there was something about her, a quiet strength, an ease in her presence, a kind of emotional warmth that made you feel truly seen. One night, over tea, I finally worked up the courage to ask her what made her so different, what was her secret. She paused for a moment, looked me straight in the eye, and said something I'll never forget. I stopped trying to be the woman everyone expected me to be, and started being the woman I truly am. She went on to explain how letting go of those expectations wasn't easy. It felt like stepping into the unknown, like shedding a skin she'd worn for years. But the moment she embraced her true self, everything changed. People noticed, not because she sought attention, but because she radiated something real, something rare. That moment, the honesty, the courage, it stayed with me. It's a powerful truth that might explain why some women leave an unforgettable mark on a man's heart, while others don't. If you've ever wondered what it really takes to leave that kind of lasting impression, beyond the surface, then stay with me. Because in the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal the key qualities that make some women unforgettable in a man's heart, and how you can recognize, or even embody, those traits yourself. So, let's dive in and uncover the secret behind this powerful, invisible connection. Sign 1. You own your emotions without apologizing for them. Men are deeply drawn to a woman who owns her emotions without apology. You don't hide your tears when a song touches your soul, nor do you suppress your joy just to seem cool. When you're hurt, you express it, not to blame, but to be truly understood. This kind of emotional honesty is rare and powerful. It creates a safe space where a man feels he can be human too, without masks or pretenses. Owning your emotions shows a fearless acceptance of yourself, flaws and all, proving that vulnerability isn't weakness but strength. This openness invites genuine connection and makes you unforgettable in his eyes, standing out in a world that often demands toughness and silence. As someone who has studied human behavior for years, I can tell you this isn't just about feelings. It's about real connection. When a woman embraces her emotions so openly, it sends a powerful signal that she's authentic and trustworthy. Men instinctively feel drawn to that kind of honesty because it breaks down walls and invites true intimacy. So if you want to be unforgettable, start by owning your emotions fully. No apologies, no hiding. That courage is magnetic in ways you might not expect. If you are new here, do not forget to be part of our family where heart heals and souls meet. Subscribe the channel and do not forget to share who truly deserve this video. Sign 2. You don't chase, you attract through energy. You don't run after people or chase their approval. Instead, you move through life with a calm confidence that says you know your worth, and you don't need to prove it to anyone. When you like someone, you show it honestly and openly, but you never beg for their attention or validation. You're not playing hard to get, you simply carry a presence that's unforgettable. It's that quiet confidence that draws people in without effort, like a magnet pulling metal. Men notice this energy instantly, even if you don't say a word. It's in the way you hold yourself, the ease of your smile, and the calm assurance that you're comfortable in your own skin. This kind of attraction isn't loud or desperate, it's subtle, powerful, and lasting. When you don't chase, you create space for genuine connections to happen naturally, and that's what makes you truly irresistible. This energy isn't something you can fake or force, it's something that grows from within when you stop seeking approval from others and start valuing yourself. The more you embrace this, the more your presence lights up every room you walk into. People can feel it even before they see you, and that kind of magnetic energy is unforgettable. Don't miss sign number 8. It reveals a secret so powerful, it changes everything about how he sees you. Sign 3. You see beyond his mask. Most men wear emotional armor. The world teaches them to hide their softness behind a tough exterior, making vulnerability feel like a risk. But you have the rare gift of seeing beyond that mask. You notice the subtle tension in his eyes when he talks about his past, the small pauses that reveal what he's not saying out loud. You don't rush to fix or pity him, you simply show up with presence and understanding. This makes him feel truly seen and accepted, not judged or dismissed. That kind of connection is intoxicating and deeply healing, breaking through walls he's spent years building. It creates a safe space where he can start to lower his defenses and be his real self, something very few people ever get to witness. And once a man feels that kind of emotional safety, he never forgets it. Because in a world that demands men be strong, stoic, and silent, you become the one place he doesn't have to pretend. You see the boy behind the man, the pain behind the pride, and still choose to stay. That kind of love? It leaves a mark no time can erase. He may meet others who impress him, but he'll always remember the one who understood him. The one who didn't flinch at his broken pieces, but instead stayed and saw his wholeness. And in that quiet recognition, something inside him shifts, and you become unforgettable. Sign 4. Your boundaries are loving, not harsh. You know when to say no, and you say it with calm certainty, not cruelty. You don't build walls to keep people out, but you do have gates that only open for those who treat you with care. A man respects a woman who loves herself enough to walk away from what feels misaligned, even if her heart wants to stay. Your boundaries aren't about pushing people away, they're about protecting your peace. They don't scream, "Stay out," but whisper, "Only love that honors me is welcome here." Your standards don't come from ego, they rise from deep self-respect. And that quiet confidence makes a man want to rise to meet you, not run from you. Because he knows, if he's in your life, it's not by chance, it's because he's earned his place. You're not afraid to be alone, because your solitude is sacred, not lonely. And that truth makes your presence even more powerful, because staying with you is always a choice, never a need. Sign 5. You inspire his strength without dimming your own. Here's the truth, men are wired to protect, to provide, to make the woman they care about feel cherished. But you don't pretend to be helpless. You're powerful, grounded, and capable, but you also know how to receive. You allow him to contribute, to step into his strength, to feel like he matters. And when he does, you acknowledge it with sincerity, not entitlement. That beautiful balance between your independence and your openness? It awakens something primal in him, the desire to rise, to be better, to stand beside a woman who doesn't need him, but chooses him. You don't shrink yourself to make space for him. Instead, you shine so brightly that you inspire him to shine too. And in that mutual empowerment, real love begins to grow. He doesn't feel useless beside you. He feels trusted, respected, and honored. Your strength doesn't compete with his, it complements it. You let him lead when it's right, and stand firm when it's not, without drama or ego. And that calm, confident harmony? That's what makes you unforgettable. Sign 6. You carry a mystery that comes from depth, not games. You don't lay out your entire life story in the first 10 minutes. Not because you're playing hard to get, but because you've lived, felt, and grown through things that have shaped you into someone with layers. Every glance, every pause, every word you choose holds a world behind it. You make him curious, not confused. He can't quite figure you out, but not in a frustrating way, in a way that pulls him in deeper. There's always something new to discover about you, a hidden passion, an unexpected belief, a story that reveals another shade of your soul. And when the conversation ends, his mind doesn't. He replays moments, trying to understand the quiet power behind your words. You're not trying to be mysterious, you simply are, because your inner world is alive, complex, and endlessly intriguing. That kind of depth? It's rare, and he knows it the moment he meets you. Even your silence speaks volumes. He senses there's more beneath the surface, and he wants to earn the right to explore it. You don't give away all of you at once, and that makes every moment spent with you feel like a privilege. With you, connection isn't rushed, it's savored, like a story unfolding one honest page at a time. And in a world obsessed with speed and surface, your slow-burning depth is unforgettable. Sign 7. You bring peace, not chaos. In a world that never stops spinning, you become his safe harbor, the quiet place where he can finally let his guard down. You don't create storms or drama just to feel noticed. Instead, you speak with honesty and listen with your whole heart. When he's with you, the noise fades, and all the tension he's been carrying suddenly feels lighter. That feeling? It's like coming up for air after being underwater for too long, and it's exactly what every man secretly longs for. You don't just calm the chaos around him, you calm the chaos inside him. Your presence isn't overwhelming or demanding, it's soothing and steady. With you, he finds a peace that feels like a rare gift in a chaotic world, a place where he can be himself without fear or pretense. And that kind of peace? It's unforgettable, because it touches parts of him no one else even knows exist. You're the pause button when his world spins out of control, the soft voice that reminds him everything will be okay. He doesn't just want to be with you, he needs to be with you, because with you, peace feels real. You give him the rare chance to drop his armor and just breathe. And in that breath, something shifts, something powerful enough to keep him coming back, again and again. Let me tell you about my friend Sarah. She was never loud or dramatic, just calm, steady, and real. When her boyfriend was stressed out from work, instead of arguing or adding pressure, she'd simply sit beside him quietly, sometimes holding his hand or making tea. One night, after a particularly rough day, he told me, Sign 8. With Sarah, you're rare in a world like that's finally breathe. No games, chase trends, no pretending, noise, just peace, and constant validation. That simple presence made him stronger, calmer, your presence isn't more himself than ever before. It's you don't need to prove your worth stays with a man long your after energy the speaks first. In a world that often feels shallow and fast, you slow things down and make them meaningful. You remind him of something he didn't know he was missing: depth, calm, authenticity. That rare combination? It's unforgettable. You're not just another woman he meets, you're the one that makes him question what he truly values. You don't demand attention, you attract it without trying. You speak less, but when you do, it carries weight. Your silence is comforting, not awkward. And somehow, even in your absence, he still feels your presence. There's no performance in you, only presence. No need to impress, just the quiet power of knowing who you are. He can't scroll past you, forget you, or replace you. You're the moment that lingers. The kind of woman his soul remembers. You're not trying to stand out, you just do. Not because you're loud, but because you're real. And in today's world, that kind of rare is what stays on a man's mind, forever. Stop trying to be unforgettable in someone else's eyes. Start being unforgettable in your own. The more you honor your own truth, the more naturally magnetic you become. The right person won't fall for your image, they'll fall for your essence. So grow your soul, protect your peace, and let your presence speak louder than your words. Remember, true attraction isn't about pretending or changing yourself to fit a mold. It's about embracing your unique light and letting it shine unapologetically. When you stop chasing approval, you start attracting the respect and love you truly deserve. Your journey to being unforgettable begins with self-love and authenticity. Never settle for less. Every step you take toward knowing yourself better makes your energy stronger and more radiant. People are drawn to confidence that comes from within, not from external validation. So be patient with your growth, celebrate your progress, and trust that the right connections will come naturally. The power lies in being truly and completely you. From my years of experience as a psychological expert, let me tell you this: trying to be unforgettable in someone else's eyes is a losing game. True power comes when you become unforgettable in your own. When you honor your authentic self, your energy naturally draws people in without effort. The right person isn't attracted to a mask or image, they're drawn to the real essence beneath it. So focus on nurturing your soul, protecting your peace, and letting your genuine presence speak louder than any words ever could. In my practice, I've seen countless people waste time chasing approval and changing themselves to fit others' expectations. But those who embrace their unique light, who love themselves deeply and unapologetically, attract respect and love effortlessly. Authenticity is magnetic, and it begins with you valuing yourself above all else. Every small step you take towards self-awareness strengthens your inner confidence and makes your presence radiant. Remember, patience with your growth is key. True connection flows naturally when you're genuinely you. Trust this process, and watch how the right people start showing up in your life, drawn by the real you. So, what makes a woman truly unforgettable to a man? It's not just one thing. It's the way she owns her emotions, carries herself with quiet confidence, sets loving boundaries, and brings calm and depth into every moment. These qualities create a presence that stays with him long after she's gone. And here's the secret: none of this comes from trying to impress or fit a mold. It comes from being deeply, unapologetically you. Think about that for a moment. Which of these signs do you already have? And which ones are waiting to be unlocked inside you? The power to leave a lasting mark isn't about changing yourself. It's about embracing who you really are and letting that shine. If this spoke to you, stay with me, because in the next video, we'll uncover even more secrets about connection and attraction that you won't want to miss. Hit subscribe and ring the bell to join the journey. Your most unforgettable self is closer than you think.